So I just made a controversial statement to Zach. So
Such
we're filming this.
statement.
We're filming this after the 4th of July. It's the day after. And Zach was like, 4th of July, W holiday. And I said, yeah, all you do is eat. He said, literally all you do. And I said, it's just Thanksgiving in July. And then Zach was like, literally is. And then
2 seconds later, I realized they're not similar one bit.
no, they are similar. You just make different. Yes, you just make different food.
Okay, so you can just say that about any holiday. Is
Well,
like
no,
Thanksgiving,
no, because
but you
like,
just make different food.
No, because Christmas you like get presents. You don't get presents on Thanksgiving.
You don't do a lot of. You don't light fireworks on
Shit.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you don't like have a parade. You do have a parade on Thanksgiving and 4th of July.
Yeah.
Do people not light fireworks on Thanksgiving? Sorry.
What, you just ask that like you're new here or something?
That wasn't me saying.
Like, what are you new? Do you like? No, people don't light fireworks off on Thanksgiving.
Like, why not?
I don't know.
I just broke Zach.
I don't know.
Just set him to the intro. No, the intro. Hey guys, welcome back to the Training Camp Podcast.
The Training Camp Podcast.
I got a new chair.
With a multitude of guests.
Can't say he's wrong, am I right?
Come on.
Oh, yeah. Dolphins. No, I really like
Stupid games.
5-0 last week. That's right. 5-0 at Dak Prescott. You could lock up that 4 seed.
Again, it's not blazing hot, 65 degrees. I'm going to do this for fun.
They threw to Michael Thomas. The Heat.
How?
Chicago. Yes, you guys get an F.
And a little too much personality.
No.
Last week.
No, Ravens?
Oh, fuck. Give me that.
No way. There's no way. Hammering. Free. Really, do not talk about him.
This one's my fault.
Flex the game.
Here we go.
That was
The saddest intro
yet.
Mid-cry.
Happy. It's late because it was
I
yesterday.
hope you guys all had a good 4th of July is what he's trying to say. He's broken today.
Today will be a bit of a quickie. It'll be a bit of a Zach in bed.
It's the opposite.
I don't know why you just got it straight.
I honestly would rather it be like true. It's just not.
Damn, you're
It's
gonna
just
expose yourself. Okay, I'm dealing with this
I'm gonna
right.
expose myself.
I'm dealing with this right now as we speak. So I'm gonna talk about it before
Okay.
we hop into everything. Okay.
Okay.
So.
Oh, no.
I shaved my entire body.
Everything?
Yeah. Feel?
Ah.
And I've been doing it for the aesthetic.
Ah.
So, yeah, which it's like I've done it once before. I had to do it for a show that I was in about 6 years ago. And
Aesthetic.
one thing I forgot is you sweat so much because you don't have hair.
Yeah.
And yesterday I was at a barbecue. Actually, it wasn't for the 4th. And I cross my legs a lot when I sit. And it was hot outside. And I was sweating so much that my leg kept just sliding off of my other leg. And so, yeah, like, I will say my legs look awesome when I'm at the gym because they're shaved.
Yeah.
But I kind of miss the hair. Oh, also putting on pants, it just feels wrong. Like, not having that hair there. No, literally, it's like invasion of privacy.
I know I've shaved my legs, but I think it was only one.
You
I
only
think it
shaved
might have been
one
this
leg?
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing.
Did you shave around your tattoo?
Yeah, it's their 2-week temporary tattoos, but yeah, you kind of
Oh, okay. I was going to say that looked new.
have to. Yeah, you kind of have to.
Where's your other one?
Oh, it's on the back of it here.
Oh, cute. Is it like the ink box?
You guys can see that tattoo tour for the boys. got the one on my leg here. Got the one on my arm. Come on. There we go. I don't know if you can see. It's over. It's wraps. I don't care anymore. These ones are fake. They'll be gone in a week. The other two you guys have seen. Do you plan on getting any tattoos ever in your life?
I don't know. Like, I'm not against it. There's just nothing that I've been like, yeah, I'll get that. Like,
Fair.
Like, I know a lot of people. I have like so many friends that they're just like, I just want tattoos. I don't care what they mean.
Yeah.
I went on a date with a girl one time. And yeah, I was asking her about her tattoos, and she's like, just wanted tattoos. And I was like, yeah, fair. I mean, like, makes sense.
That's what happened here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, this one was pretty spur of the moment. This one was a walk-in. I knew we knew we were getting a tattoo that day. This one, I had no idea I was getting. I woke up not knowing I was getting a tattoo.
Really?
End of the day with tattoo.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So yeah,
So I don't know if it ever comes, yeah, maybe, but it just as right now.
fair.
Damn, we're both wearing hats, all black, shorts. Look at us. I was too lazy to do my hair today. You always rock the hat.
Yeah. Whether I do my hair or not, throw the hat on there.
So again, pretty dry week for the NFL. Somewhat dry week for the NBA. I mean, just like more. I mean, Dame requested
Isn't
a
it
trade. The NBA?
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
summer league just started here in Utah too.
Wait, so they have like no off season? Why don't the NBA have like an off season?
Because they understand what it's like to like cater to their podcasters.
That's crazy. They literally were off for like a week and a half and said,
Yeah, they're
we're
off for
back.
3 weeks. It's 3 weeks, and that's only because they went 4 games in the finals instead of
That's
7.
crazy.
But Dame requested a trade. That was wild.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
He will get dealt. Will it be Heat? I don't actually know. I saw a really good comparison, which was like, I'm old enough to remember when Donovan
Is your
Mitchell
camera off?
requested. Huh?
Is your camera off?
Was the first half of this just black? I'm gonna roll with that.
It wasn't. I was definitely able to see myself.
No, I'm gonna say that the first half of this podcast was just gonna be black.
Oh.
So congratulations, you guys are not getting video until about 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
So
You guys got audio
That
for
was
a while.
all audio for a quick second.
What was it, like 5 minutes?
You tell me.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes.
Nice.
6 minutes.
So yeah, Dame requested a trade, and he wants to go to the Heat. And I saw the greatest comparison for this, which was, and you'll actually understand this, because I'm old enough to remember when Donovan Mitchell requested a trade, and he told everybody, "I only want to go to the Knicks. I'm only going to the Knicks."
Yeah.
And the Jazz were like, "The fuck you are," because the Cavs put together a good enough trade package, and it's not like Donovan Mitchell or Damian Lillard have a no trade clause, so wherever they get sent, they're gonna get sent.
Yeah.
I think the Heat are a good candidate if they do a 3-teamer because the Trailblazers do not want Tyler Hero.
That's really an NBA thing that I don't see a lot in the NFL. Like these random like 3-team where they just like a third team gets involved.
It's just
like, I don't
easier.
understand it.
It's easier because there's less players on a roster, so that's why like it's easier to because if you have a 3-team trade, if 2 teams need like a center and 1 team needs guards, you can make that work. But if you're doing a 3-team trade in the NFL and 1 team needs a safety, another one needs a corner, another one needs a wide receiver, So I think if the Heat can get a third team involved, it might work out. I honestly think that Utah is a pretty good spot with all the draft picks that they got within the
That'd be pretty cool.
Rudy Gobert and the Donovan Mitchell trades. And also Damian Lillard went to school in Utah up at Weber State. And I think he would work in the system, and they wouldn't have to give anyone valuable contract-wise. I think it would just be very, very pick-heavy because they're not going to give up Laurie. They're not going to give up Walker Kessler. They're not going to give up like any of their young guys. If anything, it'd be like Colin Sexton and Laurie and Kelly Olynyk because they're contract heavy. But I think those 2 are the most realistic. I know that there's some talk with the Nets because of Ben Simmons' contract, but again, that would be very similar to the Jazz where they would need to use their picks. So I'm really interested. I'm kind of happy Dame requested a trade finally because I think he has the talent to win a championship, but it just depends on where he goes. And that'll be most of the NBA talk we do for Zach over here.
Good times in the basketball world.
So what do we got on the dock today?
It was bottom 5 teams in the league and the best players currently in the AFC North.
Yes. And it's our last AFC division, I believe. So we'll be hopping into the NFC next week.
We've done West, East, South,
And then North.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll start the NFC next week. And I already have some ideas for once we dry up this well. Also, fantasy season's coming in soon, so Zach's fantasy corner might actually come back.
Come back, baby.
Anyways, so we'll do bottom 5 teams first, mainly because I'm very curious what Zach brought, and I think this is something.
I'm also curious to see what you brought, mister.
Did you rank them like
Yes.
bottom? Okay.
Yes.
We'll start with 5 and then go to like 1.
Yeah.
5 obviously being the 5th worst team and 1 being the worst team. I think we might make this a thing. I think it'd be kind of fun if we
keep doing
every
this
single
for-
week we just did every single week we just did the next 5 and then the next 5
and then get up to
and then we give up our basically our top 5 players.
Yeah.
So here's I'm trying to think of how we can do this for TikTok. How would we phrase this for TikTok? It'd be something like the bottom 5. Who are going to be the? This is difficult. Who are going to be the 5 worst teams in the NFL at the end of the season? There we go. We'll work with that.
Sure.
Yeah, why not? Where's?
You said at the end of the season, which would that's way different rankings than what I've done.
Wait, are you not doing?
Well, you said heading into 2023. You said the worst 5 teams now, heading into 2023.
Oh.
Not what we think is going to be the worst at the end of the season.
We did 2 different things.
You did what you think is going to happen at the end of 2023?
Yeah.
Why did you word it like going into the 2023 season?
Oh no. Oh no. I goofed it, guys.
Okay. Well, then me and Connor are going to have probably very different lists.
Let's do this. Okay. Guess this. Zach's 5 worst teams heading into the season.
That's what you wrote. That's literally what you wrote.
That's actually what I wrote.
Look.
You don't have to download docs?
No, it's just there. Bring our 5 worst teams heading into the 23 season.
I did not want it to say heading into. I meant to say heading out of. Okay, so you'll do the heading into, and I'll do the heading out of. All right, who's your 5th worst?
Right now, I have the Chicago Bears as the 5th worst team.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Do you think they can finish 5th worst, or do you think they'll be good?
I don't know.
You don't like the roster?
No.
DJ Moore, Tremaine Edmonds. I think they're a lot better than they were.
They're better than they were last year, but last year they were.
I don't even think they're a
3.
bottom 10 team.
Really?
I think they might be like 11.
Yeah.
But
from what I've seen, I think a lot of people would disagree with you on that.
okay, who's your 4th?
I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
Slightly worse.
Slightly.
Their roster is pretty terrible too.
They lost the GOAT.
When they have Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask is going to be one of their starters. Most likely Baker Mayfield is their starter for this season. And, yeah, I don't know. There's just not a lot going for this team right now. They got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, which are a great wide receiver pairing, but nobody's just going to throw to them, and their defense is pretty subpar.
Fair. 3rd?
The Tennessee Titans.
Yes.
Again,
no one is talking about this.
Sucks so bad.
Name 2 players on the roster that are not Malik Willis or Will Levis.
Ryan Tannehill and
Or Ryan Tannehill. Or Derrick Henry.
Literally. Okay, other than those guys that you just gave me like 6 players not to name. Yeah, no, I can't. So, this roster's pretty bad. Even if Ryan Tannehill starts and Derrick Henry's going to be all right, I don't think Derrick Henry is going to be good enough to carry this team to any sort of relevancy this year.
Okay. 2?
Number 2, I have the Los Angeles Rams.
Wow. Okay, so you definitely the Cardinals won.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, Rams, really?
Yeah, the Rams, even with Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford, again, kind of like the situation with Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry, I just don't think it's enough to do anything on this team. Aaron Donald's still there, which is good for the Rams, but
I don't know. There's just something about Sean McVay and
no, I think they're going rebuild. I honestly think they might tank.
okay, that's fair. Do you want to?
And then number 1, I have the Arizona Cardinals. Man, this team's bad.
Yeah, again.
Shout out to Lakey Fotu, just because he's my homie.
We went to high school
but you're on the worst team in the league. But you got Colt McCoy as your quarterback for at least 10 weeks.
You're the only good dude on defense besides Buddha. It's literally you and Buddha against the world.
Bad. It's really bad. James Conner, he's all right still. Like, he'll be fine. Goal line carries is kind of his specialty. At least that's what we saw last year. They got D-Hop for nothing and then gave him away for nothing, which sucked. I don't know why.
World, I guess.
They could have like flipped it and made it something, but then they just literally released him. They said,
"Okay, it's not worth our time.
I'm not even gonna try to get anything out of you."
Okay, bye.
Yeah, so I don't know. The Cardinals, maybe when Kyler Murray comes back, I'm hearing about week 10 is when we should see some inkling of he's healthy to go again. Until then, man, they're probably going to be 1-9 when Kyler Murray comes into the.
We should give them a win.
I think they probably finish the season 2 in what
15.
I don't think they win. They're a shoe-in for Caleb Williams.
You think that they'll take
and
Caleb
then
Williams?
yeah, and then they'll deal Kyler 100%, 100,000%. If they're the first overall pick, they are drafting Caleb Williams.
Wow, who would take Kyler?
Somebody. There's a team out there that will take him.
Oh yeah,
and he will probably get traded on draft night. It'll be like a Josh Rosen situation. Where when they drafted.
Damn, could you imagine the Cardinals do that again?
Dude, I think it's what's going to happen.
That's interesting.
You get the first overall pick and you have Kyler Murray and you go, all right, Caleb Williams, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'd probably.
No, you're taking Caleb
would probably
Williams
take
and
Caleb
then
Williams.
dealing Kyler somewhere.
Because they also have someone else's pick that they have the Texans pick,
Yeah.
so they could have another top 10 pick essentially.
Yeah, no, it's
Damn.
definitely in the running for the team to be the tanker to get Caleb Williams, but I think a lot of those teams with Caleb Williams existing in this year's draft, a lot of teams are going to start
So you think
tanking.
You think this is Kyler's last year if the Cardinals
in the card? I think almost guaranteed this is Kyler's last year is a Cardinal,
Damn.
unless they don't get the first overall pick, which it would be weird. But I just don't see it happening.
I somewhat agree with your 5 list. When I talk about my 5, like at the end of the season,
That's just such a far way to like look into the future.
I gave reasons. I didn't
Yeah.
just guess. I did some analysis.
Okay, that's
so
good.
do you want to give me a little intro for
Yeah.
TikTok? Because I think people are sick of me doing intros.
All right, now we're gonna get Connor's top 5 worst teams at the end of next season, not at the beginning. At the end of next season, starting at number 5. What do you got?
I got the New England Patriots.
Okay.
They're-
I don't disagree because I looked at their roster a week ago.
Who's on it? Literally, who's on this roster?
So bad.
There's no one.
So bad.
So
Somebody tried to like comment on TikTok when we said that, and they were like, "You're missing out on the new skill set
yeah,
at
on
quarterback."
Instagram
that
they were
got."
like,
I was
"Oh, you're really gonna diss us like that? Wild or something
Yeah,
like that."
Like it just, I don't know.
No, here's why. All right, their division got so much stronger. Look at the 3 other teams in that division. They have the 3rd hardest strength of schedule in the entire
Oh, really?
league.
I didn't
Yeah,
see anything like
and
that.
they have a new offensive scheme that'll likely take at least half the season to implement. I know they have off season as well, but come like week 9, I think that's when everything will start to somewhat mesh. But you have a 3rd-year quarterback with a second system that he's gonna have to operate under, and a brand new wide receiver skill set, and brand new running back, and their defense will always be fine because it's the Patriots.
And honestly, a mid quarterback at that.
Yeah.
Like, his ceiling isn't very much. Like, it's a pretty low ceiling.
Zach
It's a
was
very
talking
mid
about
ceiling.
teams tanking. I don't know why the Patriots wouldn't want to tank to possibly get Caleb
Again,
Williams.
that's another team that's in a prime spot to cut your losses with Mac Jones. He's fine. Mac Jones is a very average mid quarterback. That's not saying Mac Jones is bad in any way, shape, or form.
He's just not Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, true. He's not a god, but Mac Jones isn't the guy that you should be revolving your franchise around, if that makes sense.
He's not a franchise guy. Number 4, the Tennessee Titans.
Okay, yeah.
Again, they're in a developmental period where they're going to spend all this time basically working on Will Levis, I feel like. And Derrick Henry's on his way out, so I don't think they're going to use whatever's left of Derrick Henry. I'm surprised they haven't traded him yet, honestly. But they don't have any wide receiver help. They don't have any wide receiver stars. They don't have any offensive stars. They don't even have any defensive stars. Who's on this team?
This is a bad team. For sure, a really bad team.
And
the
also-
only way they win games is if Derrick Henry has a 3-touchdown, 250-yard game.
Yeah. And also their division, each team took a step forward. The Jags won the division last year. They're going to get better. The Texans just got their franchise quarterback and their franchise defensive men, so they're going to get better. And the Colts just got their franchise quarterback, and Jonathan Taylor will be fully healthy this year. And they have a new offensive scheme, not fucking Jeff Saturday running the show. So each 3 of those teams is going to get better, and the Titans, in my opinion, are just going to finish last in that division. I think that they're going to be the 4th worst team next year. 3rd, I'm surprised you didn't say this going in.
Mm-hmm.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah. I don't think they're bottom 5.
Who's their quarterback?
They're bottom 10, but they're not bottom 5.
Please tell me who their quarterback is, because it doesn't sound like it's Jimmy Garoppolo, because man failed a physical.
Yeah, we haven't got any word on it, which is weird that we're
A month away.
2 months out. We're a month out from
Preseason.
From weird football. We're 2 months out from good football. Preseason's weird. Have you watched
Football
the
is
preseason
football,
game?
dog.
Football's football.
I miss
get it,
football.
But watching an NFL preseason game
Yeah,
is
it's
so weird.
In person, it's fun.
I haven't. Yeah, I guess it might be fun in person.
But yeah, we haven't heard anything about the Jimmy G situation. Their division, again, Sean Payton's going to make the Broncos better. The Chargers are going to be great with Kellen Moore offensively, and the Chiefs are the fucking Chiefs.
Yeah, by far the worst team in the division. I don't know if they're bottom 5 in the league.
Well, you want to make things worse for the Raiders? They have the 10th hardest strength of schedule going into the season.
That helps.
So
That helps your argument for sure.
number 2, at the end of the season, The Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
I do not have them at 1.
So there's a team that you think is going to be worse than the
I
Cardinals
do,
this year, and I'm
and
really curious to see who it would be.
The Cardinals are going to suck because, like Zach said, Kyler's hurt. They have the 11th hardest strength of schedule. 2 teams in that division could be in the playoffs with the Niners and the Seahawks. I do think the Rams are going to be better than Zach thinks. I think the Rams could maybe be a 500 team. Zach does not believe that, which is fair.
I just don't think it's going to
hard.
happen.
It's hard
I
to
just
see
don't
it.
think it's going to happen.
Number 1, the worst. My prediction for the worst team at the end of the 2023-24 season.
The winner of the Caleb Williams sweepstakes.
The team that will have Caleb Williams next year is a team that desperately needs a quarterback because Kyle Trask and Baker Mayfield are competing right now. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be the worst team in the NFL next year.
It's not far-fetched.
Literally,
it's not far-fetched.
Their
by any
quarterback
means.
battle is the worst thing I've just from like the camp footage we've seen. It looks bad. Todd Bowles
Can't make a throw.
Dude, it's so bad.
It's just the headlines and it's the media showing us, their bad throws, but
it's bad.
they're bad throws. dude.
Todd Bowles in his entire career has a 34-50 record in 6 seasons as a head coach. That's not that
not
encouraging.
good. Yeah.
He's also a defensive-minded head coach, and there's only one, maybe 2 defensive-minded head coaches in the NFL that have ever had success, and that's Mike Tomlin and Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
You really nowadays need an offensive-minded head coach. And they also just have an injury history.
Or at least a very good offensive coordinator.
Yes,
to
and they
counteract
do
that.
not have that. And they have injury history. Mike Evans usually suffers 1 or 2 injuries a season. Chris Godwin hasn't been able to stay healthy. Vita Vea has had his injury problems. Like their entire team is just kind of like a little bit more brittle, and they fly under the radar for how brittle they are. But it's funny. They're going to be the worst team in my mind, but they're also in the worst division in my mind,
Yeah.
which that division's up for grabs. I mean, you could have a rookie in Bryce Young win that division, and it wouldn't surprise me, but I just don't think the Bucs have what it takes. I think the Bucs are about to be what the Bucs were for as long as they were before pre-Brady.
Yeah.
So
Which that we could honestly probably seen it coming in, what was it, 2019 when he got signed, played 2020. We had seen the Buccaneers be terrible 2018 and above, right? Brady comes in, wins the Super Bowl, gets kind of mediocre past that Super Bowl. The fact that they were mediocre with Brady,
yeah, it shows like
it
how
shows where that roster is at and will be without Brady.
Yeah.
With Baker, maybe again, I don't know. I forgot what team we were talking about, but again, this is one of those candidates of worst QB downgrade in NFL history.
Oh, yeah.
Going from Tom Brady as your starter to Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask if he's decent in OTAs, but I think it'll be.
And I think Zach brought up such a great point, which is like they looked so average with Tom Brady.
Very average.
And I can't imagine how much Tom Brady brings into a locker room. And Baker Mayfield might have charisma, but he ain't got Tom Brady's. So.
No, it's Baker Mayfield. He's a guy that you can see kind of being not necessarily a poison, but like just like a different kind of mindset. Like not very much team oriented. Like I want to be the best.
Me oriented.
Well, and that's just kind of the guy that Baker Mayfield seems to be. I don't know. I've never met him. I've never talked with him, but from what I've seen, Baker kind of seems to be the guy that's like more self-centered, which is okay.
It's more of like a follow me, not because I'm a leader, but because I'm me.
I'm the quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm the starter. I'm your leader because I'm the quarterback.
quarterback.
You know what I mean?
I mean, look at what Baker did in Cleveland with Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, and all the talent he had on that defense and that and a great offensive
Odell
line.
Beckham,
Odell,
Jarvis Landry.
yeah, and
That team was
he got them
a very good team.
He got them one playoff win, and now you're downgrading. He might have better wide receivers, but he has a worse O-line, a worse running back, a worse defense.
and a playoff win that honestly was closer than it should have been.
Yes, if that first quarter doesn't happen, Pittsburgh wins that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think everyone's expecting the Cardinals to suck, and I think they will. But I think that the Bucs are gonna give people a little run for their money.
Yeah. I don't hate it. Ugh. What's next?
Okay, before we hop into the division thing,
Mm-hmm.
I got a side segment. It's not a surprise segment. Don't worry. I'm gonna body this one myself.
Nice. Sit back.
So my guy Steve, this is Steve. You see Steve? Steve is a Denver Broncos fan. Get out of here, Steve. Steve's a Denver Broncos fan, and he texted me saying that I'm not paying enough respect to the Denver Broncos defense. So I went and listed every single team that I think has a better defense than the Broncos.
Okay.
Here we go. These are not in any particular order. These are just teams that came to my mind. The Steelers, the Browns,
Honestly, I might like the Broncos there.
the Bills,
Bills.
the Patriots. They have Bill Belichick.
Yeah, Bill will be.
The Chargers,
Chargers are better.
the Eagles,
Eagles.
the Cowboys,
Cowboys.
the 49ers,
Niners.
and then I have the Broncos.
Yeah.
So I have the Broncos 2, 4, 6. I have the Broncos as the 9th best defense in the
Broncos
league.
are a top 10 defense in the league.
Here's my thing, though.
Like, they are.
Besides Patrick Surtain, who's on this team?
They
They have the safety. They have the safety. I can't. And his name is slipping my mind. I can't think of his. Hold on. This is actually gonna bug
They
me.
lost Chubb.
I don't want to be called a casual for this because I
We're
know
going
who
to.
this-
'Cause we
Justin
had to
Simmons.
Google it. Yeah, that's
They
what it
have
is.
they have PS2 and they have Justin Simmons on their defense. That's really it. So unless it's just schematic, but here's what I will say. I think that they will easily finish top 10 because of Sean Payton. I just think Sean Payton's going to bring culture. He's not a defensive guy. I mean, he is a somewhat defensive guy, but I think the culture he's going to bring is going to be super important to this team. So, Steve, there's your respect to your Denver Bronco defense.
Yeah, the
okay?
Broncos are definitely going to take a step up this year. With I think Russ is going to come back better than he was last year. I hope. It's not hard to. It's definitely hard to be
Top that.
worse. You know what I mean? It's not that hard to get better than what he was doing. Sean Payton's a massive upgrade at coach. Top 10 defense in the league. Very, very talented wide receivers. Decent running backs. This team has a lot of potential. Like we saw pre 2021 or 2022. This team was oh my goodness, they're going to be the next best thing. They're going to be second in the division. Like that roster is great.
Yep.
From what we saw last year, I think that's where all that hesitation comes from. Without last year happening, this team is we all were like this is a great team. They're going to be one of the best teams. Last year happened and now all of a sudden we're like, I don't really know about the Broncos.
I feel like if last year never happened and if Russ got traded this offseason and Sean Payton signs to Nathaniel Hackett, we would all be saying,
I think
this
again,
team's going to
it
be
would
top 5.
And
This
that's
team,
how we
how
were
is this
with,
team not top 5?
when it was last year. Last year, everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
I won't say everybody. I was on board with their top 5. They're gonna be in the playoff race. They even have a chance to be a Super Bowl team. Like the Broncos are gonna be very good. They stunk it up, and now we're here. And I think all of our mindsets are like they're going to be decent. They're going to be average.
They were received so well that people were taking Russell Wilson in the 7th round of fantasy football drafts.
People were thinking Russell Wilson was going to be an MVP.
People were hoping you would be.
Like
People were hoping Javonte Williams would have a bounce-back season after his rookie year. People were also hoping that Cortland Sutton was going to have a really good year as well, since he'd be paired up with Russell Wilson and then with Nathaniel Hackett, who was the offensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers, with Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. So it only seemed like it was going to make so much sense to have those two together. Especially Javonte, they're going to give him the ball on the goal line, but no, let's get the ball to Melvin. Then he's going to tear his ACL in week 2. Seems like a great idea to do that, right? Right? Broncos country, let's cry.
you guys, if you're new here, you might have not known the downfall that Connor had. Connor went into the 2022 fantasy season
3 teams.
riding high on the Broncos. Broncos country, let's ride. He was leaving the draft with Javonte Williams, Russell Wilson, Cortland Sutton.
Their defense and their kicker.
He was leaving with Broncos players, and he did. Came back, and it didn't work out well for him, so that's where that little rant just came from.
The only positive I can take from that is now I somehow turned Broncos country, let's cry, into the entire second round of our keeper league.
He did.
I did.
He did. He will hopefully learn from his mistakes. Should win keeper this year. If you don't, you're an embarrassment. And yeah.
Okay.
Dude, if you don't win keeper, I'm gonna laugh so hard. Because you have such an unfair advantage over everybody else. Everybody else.
I tanked for Caleb.
You literally tanked.
I
You actually tanked.
No, halfway through the season, I was 0-, I think I was 1-7. I
You
was
literally
like, there's
started
no
tanking
point.
and just were like, I'll take your second round pick. And then teams were like, sure.
I almost got a first and Brees Hall from Clayton. And I know you guys would have lost your fucking minds if I pulled that shit off.
Because you would have kept him.
Oh, of course.
And you could keep him anywhere if you trade for
I'm
him, right?
keeping Naj and Mark Andrews this year.
I need to look at my list. My team was pretty bad. My keeper team was pretty bad. My roster
Did you
was.
get the playoffs though?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
No, I know. I went 7-7 in all 3 of my leagues: work league, reg, and
Damn.
keeper. Went 7-7. Just so mid.
Yeah.
Just one of the most mid seasons.
We need to find someone that was like above 500 in all 3 of their leagues, because then you have the mid, the shit, and the top.
It's probably Japes. When we have Japes on, he probably went
probably.
over 500.
Yeah,
in all
probably.
of
Are you doing best ball this year?
Maybe.
Did you win?
Every single time I do best ball, it's like during my phase of like mock draft every
yeah.
day. Do best ball. 3 weeks into the season, I forget about it, and then I only go back and look at my best ball when it's next year. mock draft.
Have you looked?
I don't know.
Have you won any money?
Let's see.
Let's find out live if Zach won any money doing best ball last year.
Let's see. Underdog.
Oh, you did on Underdog?
Yeah.
Nice. I heard they're great.
Oh, I gotta log in. Paying.
Do. Remember when?
Ooh.
Which email is it gonna be?
I'm pretty sure it's this one.
Nice.
Did
Do you win anything?
What just happened? Hello? I got nothing. So I didn't win nothing.
Damn.
Where's my drafts completed? Results. NFL. Oh, I did win.
Oh, you won $5
In 2021.
7 drafts.
In 2021, I drafted 7 teams.
You paid.
So I paid $27 and I won back 5 of it.
No.
Love gambling. And then in 2022, I had 1 entry for $5 and I got.
What was your draft?
I was 7th place with
Jalen
Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Tua,
Javonte,
Javonte, Travis Etienne, Elijah Mitchell. So my running backs were terrible.
No, Miles Sanders had a good season.
Miles Sanders, they were all right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would probably want to see 200s. Cooper Kupp, Juju, Rondell Moore, McKeel Harmon, or McCole Hardman.
Cooper Kupp getting almost more points than Juju did an entire season in like 4 weeks.
It's tough.
You drafted Kenny Galladay?
I did draft Kenny Galladay.
That's wild.
It's best ball, bro. You got to get down there. Like
Dawson
I drafted
Knox.
Jamison Crowder.
You drafted your highest performing tight end was Taysom Hill.
It's terrible, and he was my last one. Yeah, no, this is a terrible team.
That's wild.
I wonder what my winning team looked like in 2021.
Oh god, this is gonna throw us for a loop because we're gonna be like
Yeah.
that person.
So I was 3rd place. It was Kyler
Murray, Sam Darnold,
So
Derrick Henry,
and Derrick Henry carried.
Clyde, Chase.
So it was literally
Chase Edmonds had a good
just
second half of the
Derrick, yeah.
season. AJ Brown, Higgins.
It was Debo.
Oh,
Debo carried.
Fucking
It was Debo that
Holy
carried.
shit,
Debo has like 100 more points than anybody else on my
God,
team.
Debo. Who are your tight ends? Hunter Henry, Dawson Knox
It was,
again.
yeah, that's probably why I drafted Dawson.
Holy shit.
But yeah, so I won $5 because of Debo Samuel. So thanks, Debo. You won me. You didn't win me anything. You made my losses were
you helped
a
him not
little
lose
better.
$27 and only $22.
Thanks, Debo. My guy.
Current franchise coach?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that and then we'll end it. Best current player on every NFL team.
AFC North Edition.
Yeah.
The best division in football. You heard it.
Yeah, no, this is easily the best division of football. All 4 teams could be playoff teams.
If Deshaun Watson's all right. If not, then I don't know. Probably not.
We'll start with the best team in NFL history, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their franchise GOAT is currently
Their current GOAT is TJ Watt.
It is
He's
TJ
our
Watt.
best player. If you dispute that, you don't see our record when he doesn't play.
Oh my God.
We're 7-17 without TJ Watt on our team.
Yeah.
He's our best player.
He's
Sorry.
our quarterback, our receiver, our tight end.
He's our best player. I wouldn't total him
If
up.
you don't believe us, just watch him intercept Joe Burrow without even trying. Twice, by the way,
Yeah.
last season. He's a god.
He's a D lineman, by the way.
Yeah.
Getting interceptions.
Yeah, no, it's Tej. It's
Yeah.
literally TJ. We'll do the worst team in NFL history currently, the Cleveland Browns.
I have Myles Garrett.
I also have Myles Garrett.
Oh, nice.
I feel like
I was
if-
expecting you to say Deshaun Watson.
I was gonna
to be
say, I
honest.
feel like if fucking Voldemort here wasn't such a menace to society, I might have put him. But he's got a lot of talent. But I think just so far, I mean,
I was also really expecting you to say Nick Chubb, too.
I didn't even think about Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
To be completely honest.
Yeah.
Like Nick Chubb's is phenomenally talented. He's
Nick
not-
Chubb just flies under the radar because he's like a very pure rushing running back.
I was gonna say he flies under the radar because he's not a fun fantasy running back because he only gets rushing yards.
Yeah, the thing about NFL and like you guys, if you guys are watching this, you guys have probably noticed with our podcast at least a lot of my football knowledge comes from fantasy football, and that's just kind of the way that a lot of people are. And when Nick Chubb still gets drafted, but he's a second round guy. You're not going to spend a first on Nick Chubb. He's a second or third guy, so he just kind of gets
every single year. Nick Chubb, the first 4 weeks, everyone's like, "Why didn't I draft Nick Chubb?" Because he gets like 125 yards and 3 touchdowns.
He's
and
just
then
consistent.
after that, he doesn't get the touchdowns and only the yards. And so, but he doesn't also have any like splashy plays. But no, it's Myles Garrett. I think that's a very fair one to say.
Good.
The current best team in that division. Let's do the Cincinnati Bengals.
The Bengals. I have their quarterback. Joey Burrow.
I also put Joe Burrow because who? It's not Mixon. It could be maybe Chase.
You have an argument for Jamar Chase. They don't. Their defense is like all right, but Jesse Bates isn't better than Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow turned this team around.
Yeah, I think he is their best player.
And I was wrong about Joe Burrow. So the fact that I was not a believer in Joe Burrow, so now I am. Yes, he is the best team on that. The best player.
He is the best team on that player.
He is the best. Ew, that sounds wrong. Yeah.
Joe Burrow's carrying.
And then let's do the Baltimore Ravens.
I want to hear who you said first.
Is there anyone else?
Okay.
It's their running back.
Yeah, it's Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. There's, again, you can maybe say Mark Andrews.
I really wanted to say Odell Beckham
just
to make you upset.
But you don't believe it.
I was gonna do it. He's Lamar. Lamar deserves his respect. He really does.
Look what they did without him.
He's a very good player. He's an unconventional quarterback for sure. He's not Tom Brady. He's not Eli Manning. He's not Ben Roethlisberger. He's not gonna sit in the pocket and dot you up all game. But he's effective. He's a weapon that if you don't respect, you will lose.
Yeah,
you're gonna lose.
Unless you're the Steelers. We have not. We're 1-3.
Yeah,
he's 1-3 against Pittsburgh.
We're chilling.
Well, here's my one thing though. Controversial statement.
Yeah.
The Ravens would be fine without Lamar because Tyler Huntley was a Pro Bowl quarterback.
So all Tyler Huntley is great value Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
So they're able to just kind of run the same.
Can we say dollar store Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's dollar store Lamar Jackson. So they're able to run the same offense. It's not like they had to change anything really. So again, what were they? They were 8-9.
No, they were
9-8?
10-7 because they made the playoffs.
Okay, so decent 10-7. That's a good record. If the Steelers finish 10-7 this year, I'd be very happy.
Happy.
And yeah, so with that, they were kind of able to run the same team. 10-7 with Lamar or with Tyler Huntley. He could probably honestly win 12 games this year with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I don't think it's out of their own possibility. I think there is a reality where they finish. Any team in this division can finish as the best team in the division.
There's literally all four of them. They could all win the division this year.
And there are
something could happen.
It's a realistic thing.
Something could happen.
This isn't like us saying the Titans could win the division or the Cardinals could win the division. Literally, every team has a path. It might be more difficult for other teams, but every team in this division has a path to win that division. And that's how good that division is. That's not how bad. It's not like the NFC South where every team has a chance to win the division because of how bad it is. Mm-hmm. Just every team is so good in this division. That's how good. Like, I feel like this is what separates it from the AFC West. Is the AFC West, at the end of the day, the Chiefs are probably going to win that division because the Chiefs are just so much better than everybody else. Here, it's on equal playing field. I think the Bengals are a phenomenal team, but every team can win.
I agree with you slightly to the point to where you said everybody's on an even playing field. I think the Ravens, Browns, Steelers are on a level playing field.
That's
I
fair.
think the Bengals are a little bit
above.
Clear.
Yes, when you make the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl and the AFC Championship,
I think the Bengals are pretty clear of that best team in the division. The other three have a very, very good shot at being number 2.
Is this a controversial statement if I say that the Cincinnati Bengals are the 49ers of the AFC?
No, I don't hate it. Can always kind of be contenders, get up there, and then Super Bowl comes and they just kind of
yeah, basically.
yeah, they just
Everyone
don't make
every
it.
year, everyone's gonna be like, "Yeah, the Bengals," and then just like, "Oh, what about the Bengals?"
Yeah, kind of same thing with the
Niners.
Bills.
Oh,
Niners, Bills.
ooh.
Like there's a
Oh,
lot
shit.
of them.
I feel like the Bills' comp for the NFC is the Eagles,
Yeah, I think.
or is that the Chiefs?
Well, so the
comp?
Eagles are new. This is a new thing.
That's fair.
The Eagles. Like,
Yeah.
The NFC, it was the Packers. That was who I would equate the Bills to.
Oh,
But now it's different. Yeah.
pre-Rodgers leave.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Before Rodgers leave, the Bills and the Packers were the same thing.
Yes.
Great quarterback. Great quarterback.
Great receiver.
Pretty decent receiver room. Good defense. Pretty good running back. Decent
Okay,
O-line.
yeah.
Great regular seasons.
Mhm.
Great regular seasons. They get to the playoffs, and then all of a sudden, something happens. Rodgers loses it. Allen loses it. It's a coin toss. It's a Hail Mary that goes like it's just. I think the Bills and the Packers were a better.
So then, who
comparison.
was the Dallas Cowboys of the AFC?
Who's the Dallas Cowboys of the AFC?
Oh no,
huh?
I know who it is. A team that has talent every single year and gets hyped up but doesn't live up to expectations.
Sounds like us.
No, it's the Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
Fuck, I'm
it's
sorry,
definitely
James.
The Chargers.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's
James.
so much the
It's
Chargers.
So the Chargers.
And now it's even worse because they have their OC. Like they are the Chargers. That's tough.
No.
That's tough.
Oh no. Yeah, they're never gonna win that division because there's just one team that's so much
There's
better.
just- yeah, that's so tough. That's so
That's
tough.
so wild.
Oh wow, the
You know what?
Cowboys.
Now Japes and Nick can live in harmony together.
They can unite as one. Unite as one fan base.
Oh my god.
Such sad times.
So what's the Steelers equivalent?
In the NFC.
Oh, I know it. It's the
You do?
Vikings.
Yeah.
Oh, we always get primed for like the postseason's coming, and then we just don't do anything.
Yeah. Or we're just mid. Just
Yeah.
so mid.
Basically.
I wish the Steelers weren't mid. But I also obviously I want the Steelers to be great, but I would much rather them be terrible than they
Because
are
we get a
mid.
good draft pick.
Yeah, because then it's just like you kind of play into the whole, you know what, we're terrible.
It's You know
Terrible.
I look at Lions fans. They're not in
Yeah.
pain.
No.
They know what they are.
You know what's pain? Getting 8th place in the AFC and going 9-8. That's pain. Getting a good draft pick, yeah, sure, you sucked it up. Like it was a terrible year. You have some hope.
To
going
be fair,
into
this
it.
year was a good year for us to be mid because we're not going to take a
Yeah,
tackle.
we weren't taking a quarterback. I don't know. It would have probably been, honestly, it would have been sweet to get somebody like Will Anderson.
or
But
like what's his name, Paris Johnson out
Yeah.
of Ohio State.
like a nice O-line help. But I'm happy with Broderick, and I think that the Steelers will be more than mid this year. We'll be above average.
My other fantasy league just texted me.
Yeah.
We're doing our draft in Lake Powell.
Fine.
August 5th or 12th. When are we doing our draft? We're doing ours late.
Yeah, August 27th.
Okay, yeah.
Or 26th, 27th.
Okay, cool. Well, Zach is going on a trip tomorrow. Where are you going?
Illinois.
Whoa.
Yeah.
For what?
I go every single year.
Oh,
I've
family
gone,
thing?
I've gone to Illinois
Oh, yeah, you were talking about this on a podcast a couple
every
months ago.
summer for my entire life, pretty much.
So, and you're going for like a week?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will be back in Utah on the 15th.
Yeah, so Zach won't be here for next week's episode, but we have things planned, so we're not going to not be here next week. We will be here. We just got things planned. If we're ever not here, it's because something happened last minute. If we know
It was me. I text Connor like an hour before the podcast and said, "It's over. I'm not coming."
Zach said I should probably scratch today, and I was like,
I
"Please don't
should
scratch,
have.
please don't
I
scratch,
literally
please don't
should have. Because I have done nothing. I'm leaving tomorrow for like a week and a
What
half.
time do you leave it?
Like I gotta be at like my parents' house to go to the airport at like 10 in the morning.
Oh, you're fine.
I'll be just
You'll be
fine.
good.
But
You should probably pack.
I should have
So,
done something.
We should let Zach leave so he can go pack.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of really the end of the episode, anyways.
Oh well, just real quick.
Oh, we totally forgot about those guys.
Did
Totally
Bill
forgot
Barr?
about
Is
them.
that- Yeah. Do you want to do it this time?
Shout out Bill Barr. Use a code TCP Zach or
TCP Connor, check out for.
10% off your next purchase.
They just had some really cool stuff added to their site that I'm really excited about. So
Cool.
Yeah, I'm actually
Check it out. What?
Really?
I'm guessing BillBar.com. Link in the description.
Link in the description. They just added collagen peptide packets, which are 90 calories and 24 grams of protein. Really, really lean. So, anyways, I have some stuff I was going to talk about, but I'll save it for next time Zach comes on.
You can discuss it with the boys.
I could do
The Mystery Boys.
I like that name.
The Mystery Boys.
We'll have the Mystery Boys on next week. Anyways, we're going to go let Zach pack. Ooh, kind of rhymed. No,
Zach's got a pack.
But other than that, you know, I just realized the
Bars.
camera was off for the intro.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
Happens. It's kind of
all
funny,
right.
though. Anyways, thank you guys
Yeah.
for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Zach will see you guys in 2 weeks. Later, boys.